Hey guys, good evening everyone. Today is June 1st, 2020, and we are here once again to discuss how the market performed today. And of course, we are going to review your favorite stocks. And I have here on our screen the stocks that we are going to prioritize. If your request is not part of this list, feel free to drop a comment so I can review them as well for you. Okay, I can record another video for you guys. This is just an initial list, okay? In the meantime, let's talk about your PSEI, the index. See? Okay, see that? So we were correct. So we mentioned last Friday that this bullish candlestick will trigger some more bullish actions in the coming days. Okay, so yes, we are right, and we're still triggering the upper band. And something to take note of though is that compared to last Friday's volume, the volume right now is just, I think, 1/3 of the volume that transpired over last Friday. Okay, so I feel that it will continue to move higher, but we might experience some slowness in the movement. Okay, so it might probably just result in a much smaller candlestick compared to the size that we have at the moment. So I feel that the next resistance would be right at this level. This is the next one that I see, because I see this. Okay, so that's the next line. So let me see on a weekly chart, where could we possibly, okay, so that would be right near your MA20 line. Okay, so let's use your MA20 as your possible resistance. Okay, so sometimes when your daily chart gets too noisy, you can just expand on a weekly chart so you have a better picture. See this? There was a support formed at that area. Okay, this one as well, and yeah, and this one short-term resistance there. So I think this area, if we're to go back to our daily chart, this is the area. Okay, very close to where we plotted it, because we saw this. Okay, earlier I plotted it right over here. Okay, 6,169, that's the nearest resistance. So what does that mean? The stocks that are part of the index, around 30 plus of them, will have most likely the same movement by tomorrow. And some of those I have included here. Okay, to name a few, that would be JGS, JFC, MPI. Those are the stocks. Let me just add BDO, URC, and yeah. Okay, so let's talk about JGS first. All right, nice movement for JGS. There's also a scheduled dividend play here. X date would be June 8th. So if you want to avail the dividend, make sure that the system recognizes that you have an investment, or you have shares in this stock on the said date. The first minute or the first few minutes of that day, that's the most critical. So that means if you wish to continue being invested in that stock, you can stay there for a long time. But if you want to just play it, the goal there is by the first minute of June 8th, the system recognizes you. And then if you wish to go out on that date, nothing to worry, because you are already part of the recipients of the dividend. Okay, does that make sense? What's important is on the 8th of June, system recognizes the first minute that you have shares there, and you can already get out if you wish. So when do you get in? Of course, when the price is attractive, which is what we have right now. We are slowly showing some bullish actions in this particular stock. We've been moving sideways for a long time, and for this day, we have an engulfing candlestick. So I'm not sure if we talked about this last Friday, but this significant volume normally sends a good message. And true enough, it was supported by this day. Okay, so sudden spike in volume, that's something you need to also be vigilant about. But in case the market takes profit, anywhere from 48 to 50 would be a good entry price overall. Look at the potential of this stock. If you're talking about long-term investment, you are at a perfect timing. You're right at the bottom of the spectrum over here, and then we're not saying that you'll be getting 81 overnight, okay? We don't know. It could even take years. But if you're talking about long-term investing, you should be prepared. We're talking about years here. So imagine this. The market gave us an opportunity in a span of how many months only. The price went back to the value back in, when was this? 2014, right? Even 2019. Some people will say, oh, it's too late for me to start investing in the stock market because I'm already this old, or I'm already late. Actually not. The market has given us a chance to revisit very low areas, allowing majority of us, if only you know how to take advantage of the market, this is an opportunity for long-term investors. The market has given us a chance, and all we needed to do is identify the stock that you are willing to commit with for long term. And is JGS part of that? That's something that you have to research. What we're talking about here is technical analysis. You can research further by going to PSE Edge to identify the financials, okay, the financial health of the company. Okay, or you can look at news, or you can look at this part over here. Okay, you have P ratio, price to book value. Those are the popular ones that our fundamentalists look at. Okay, next would be DITO. Okay, this is a third telco. Right now, you are at a very cheap level. I'm not endorsing or anything, right? But we all know that this company won the third telco. They're not operational right now. They're still in the preparation phase. Of course, there's a lot of pre-work that needs to be completed. But if you're talking about long-term investing, you're still at a very cheap level. And just imagine where it could reach someday when they start their operation. You will look back into this day and probably regret that you did not get in. But again, try to manage. If you're interested, you can start accumulating volume, but I'm not saying put a lot, just test it out. Because talking about fundamentals, okay, I mean technicals, what I can see here right now on their chart is that we're starting to show a shift in the direction. This has been moving on a decline for several months now, almost close to 1 year already. And as you can see, if you're just at a glance looking at it, we now have a shift in direction. There are some ups and downs, but for the past how many weeks, it has been moving sideways only, and we're now triggering the upper Bollinger Band. And similar to what we have seen in the index, when the chart starts to trigger the upper Bollinger Band, most of the time, from a constricted Bollinger Band, see this? It was so constricted previously and starting to trigger the upper side. That means we might see some more bullish actions in the coming days. Pair it with the right volume over here, increasing volume. So where do we see the support right now? I see support at this level. We actually had a breakout of that support area. And why did I plot it there? Because that used to be your resistance. Resistance over here, resistance over here, and some consolidation that happened over here. Okay, so we've broken out of that short-term resistance, and I feel strongly about this stock that in the coming days you might have this price pushed higher. Okay, and the basis of my insights is purely on the chart. Now, talking about long-term investing, that's something you have to go to PSE Edge, read on the news, try to really pay close attention to the the updates around this, because this technically still is a speculative stock, because you don't have the actual product that consumers are already availing. It's still in the building phase or preparation phase. But once this kicks off and everything falls into place, then very big potential. Imagine from 2 pesos, if it reaches 10 or 20, that's already a big jump. Okay, next, Mac. As for Mac, also triggering some climb here, we are showing upward movement. This used to be a support over here, and we broke out of that support. So that means we are going to move higher than that. Short-term resistance is this one. Okay, so that's the key area to watch out for. How far are we from that? That's a good 14% increase. So just in case the market gives you a chance between 4.19 and 4.71, that's already a good entry price. Okay, so normally this is how it happens. Moves higher, retest, moves upward again. Sometimes it breaks out. Okay, so normally that's the kind of behavior our stocks do when it breaks out of this support. So this now is your support as well. Okay, next would be JFC. Good bounce today. Yep, 5.89 increase. So that's a good bounce, right? But take note, we did not engulf this red yet. Like what happened here? There was a green, but because we did not engulf the whole candlestick here, the decline continued. This one as well, we somehow managed to move higher, but because we did not engulf, we might see two things. It might continue to go down, or it might just stabilize within the area. So that's the observation that I have at the moment. Conservative, okay? Either sideways or the decline might continue and revisit this area. Okay. So, but then again, normally when we talk about GFC, this is everyone's favorite, and normally you would hear me say this: look at JFC as for long-term investing, and I think any experienced trader would agree to my analysis, because the style of Jollibee is he tries to penetrate the competition, right? And he acquires them. He improves the product itself, and and he creates this harmonious type of competition. But uh, others won't realize that that's owned by just one person. They create their own identity and their own brand, but overall, it's still owned by one company. Same concept with um, eBay and PayPal. Just an example. Oh no, not that. I'd like to use a different one. So I used to work for a printing company. We're based here in the Philippines, but our client is based in the US. It's a printing company based in California. So they have websites. They create several websites offering the same product, but the branding is just different because the name of the websites are different. But the printing company who manufactures the actual printouts is just the same. And then what we did back then, we acquired around, I think, 4 more websites, small time websites, also in the printing world. So now, owned by one company, we have so many websites because they kept on acquiring. So it doesn't kill the competition. Competition is still there, But people, like the end users and consumers, don't know that it's owned by one big company. Same is true with the restaurants. You have options. You'd like to eat at Mang Inasal, you'd like to eat at Jollibee or Burger King or Smash Burger, but they're all owned by one company, JFC. To see the difference there. Um, this is one company that I would say will really last for a long time. Even with the pandemic, this will still survive. It just declined, but actually this is a very attractive position that we have right now. Okay, next would be tech. Tech here, trying to stabilize at the area. So I'd like to plot this level as our support still. Same thought process. This used to be your resistance, okay? And then it got revisited and we're still stabilizing, moving sideways here. So I'm thinking there's not much volume yet, but there's already foreign buying here. But what we're waiting here is a good volume to start picking up, and I think it will continue to shoot up. Okay, so right now I still stand by my analysis that the area where it is at right now is actually forming a support. MPI. MPI, nice. Half of the candlestick today is already beyond the resistance area. So I feel, so look at this. Used to be a support, became a resistance here, and we're starting to break that. So I'm thinking we might have more bullish actions, maybe up to this level, because there's a resistance formed here. Okay, and then chances are if you see some rejection there, it might retest your previous support. So something like this. Sometimes it touches the entire support again, or it just touches halfway of it and then bounce again. Okay, so we are bullish for MPI, and 2.97 will be our support just in case people will take profit, because some of them may have already entered at the 2.60 level and they're okay. But just in case they take profit, a good haggle would be around 2.97. Overall, that is still a very good area to buy. SECB. SECB also triggering some more bullish actions there. But take note here, when it touched the MA20 line, there was some slight rejection that happened. So I'm thinking it might, go back first. And let's see the 81 level. Let us see if it will test that and revisit that before it fully grows or it goes up some more. They had a good Q1 earnings though. Look at that. Okay, so 81, between 81 to 89, that would be already a good entry price. Bloom, nice one. It's been 1, 2, 3, 4 days straight of continuous uptrend. And just in case market gives you a chance there, just for the conservative players, I'm plotting the support right here. And I think you also know why. That is because I saw resistance formed here and we managed to break that resistance. Therefore, your previous resistance will now act as a support. We don't know if it will continue to move higher or right away it will be retesting your 6.07 level. But if, either way, you can wait or just ride it. So that's what we see. Sometimes it in just the span of a day or within the day, the market goes back to as low as 6.07 and then continues to rally to the upside. But overall, look at this, 2.3 million foreign buying there. Now, if you are a long-term investor, see, just at a glance, naked eye, see how near you are to the all-time low here. It's not that far, right? because we're talking about years of being invested in this stock. So that means there's great potential here so far. Cebu Pacific, it's I think June 8th or June 1st. When is their first flight? I think they're back in operations now, but I'm not 100% sure. I think June 8th. Either way, you already had significant movements here. Just be extra careful. We're very near your short-term resistance at the MA20 level. Just in case the market takes profit, the support that we have would be 35.50 level. Okay, the reason why I said that is because I saw this, right? So when we beat that line, retests it, and then it goes higher. You're already at the very bottom, and I think this is it. Hope that the improvements that we have, we already are on GCQ, right? Because I know some offices already open today, so this is a good sign, and flights are starting to come back. So the key ask here for the public to be extra careful, be safe, be conscious of hygiene, so that we don't spread the virus. And so we're all on our way to recovery in terms of health, in terms of the economy. Okay, so 35.53, that's our support level. BDO, yes, good job. Oh, there's dividend. Good job. June 11th, 0.30, but not that much. Okay, so this is our support. Our MA20 will act as our support. All right. So we're invested in BDO, so we will be able to avail this. We are also invested in a URC. Let's take a look. Okay, URC is also on a good climb. We are already a green here, but I don't plan to take profit yet, because I want to stay longer, because I see that we still have good potential for this stock to move higher. Look at that. See that? It even reached the 200 level. So I'm thinking of adding just some more volume here. There's a May 27th. So we were able to avail that. This one, May 19. You know what's interesting? In a span of what? March, April, May. 2 months. And this is amidst the pandemic. And they still had the revenue to share to their shareholders. So that's really good. That means this stock is able to survive the crisis. Now, where is our support here? We'll use our MA20 line as our support. Okay, around 125.60. But I feel that we will continue to move higher, because your volume for the past 2 days has been significantly higher. Your foreign buying is also, the amount is also relatively high. So that means we are going to have some more bullish actions. Just in case the market gives you a chance anywhere from 125.60 to 132, that's already a good entry price. Okay, so that is it for the initial list that I have here. In case you have some requests, I'm uploading this right now, so that you can just comment down below if you have additional requests for the stocks I may have not included on my review tonight. In the meantime, if this is your first time to watch our video, please feel free to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and don't forget to like, so that YouTube will discover our video. In the meantime, thank you for watching, and bye-bye for now.